I know y'all been looking for me, but I would be lying if I told you I wasn't in my feelings. In my feelings. Yesterday, my sister took me to Buc-ee's in Alabama. And you already know Buc-ee's and fasting do not mix. But I was disciplined. Because I was just there to get out the house and, just feel better about what the current situation is as far as the loss of my mother-in-law. So my mother-in-law is more than just a mother-in-law, and both of them were. They are my earth angels in addition to my mom. So when my mom was still living, she knew how much my mother-in-law is into me. And her and Mama Betty had a unique relationship because they both they loved the Lord, like praying and fasting and making sure others were okay. That's just what they did. Now my other mother-in-law, she was more, she's matriarchal, but it's mainly with her kids, not just everybody. She'll do for everybody, don't get me wrong, but she wasn't necessarily that praying woman. She'll say, I give it to the Lord kind of person, but to see her just stop, drop, and pray, that just wasn't her. And all I can say is I love the realness of both of these ladies. So today is day 22 of my fast. So on day 21, well, today is day 23. Anyway, so on day 22, which was yesterday, that was hard. Went to Buc-ee's with my sister and seeing all the things that I love, that was hard, but at the same time, that's not what I was going there for. So discipline was key. I didn't have much of an appetite yet. I was hungry, so my stomach did some growling, which it hadn't done in a little bit. And what else? I'm just lost for thought. I just was, I want to say grieving. That's exactly what it is, grieving. So I'm hungry, but I'm not hungry. I want my mother-in-law, but, I know she in a better place. My mother-in-law was blind. She dealt with diabetes. She developed heart disease. She was 76 years old. She'll be 77 in December. A sweet lady, but if she needed to speak her piece, and she spoke her piece. She is the reason, or one of the main reasons why I am married today. And so she'll tell me things sometime about my father-in-law, like, girl, that's Sanders men. I'm doing a video, so right now ain't a good time. Wait. So she'll tell me something about Sanders men, like, that's Sanders men. This, that. So I was like, oh, okay. So it was more of an understanding. So kept me on course with my husband, like, don't give up. And then when I do want to give up, sometimes she understands. That white dove that came a couple of days ago, now I know, like, that was my mama and the Holy Spirit coming to let me know or give me strength that whatever was coming was coming. So whatever I was going through with my husband at that point was not going to be important today. And this is my baby whose birthday was yesterday. That's her. I love that. And that's me right above her. So all this spiritual clarity is so deep that it'll have you fasting more often just to see things clearer. Right now I feel weak. I haven't taken my regimen. I had some brought this morning. I had some juice, but then I didn't want the juice because now I don't want to taste the ginger. I guess it's just like your real taste buds. Like they become bored. Like I don't want that right now. I want something else. So I have to find out what that something else is and find out quick. In the meantime, I'm gonna just juice me some more apples and add some celery to it, and that's what I'm gonna do. And drink my water, but might put it in the form of put it in an ice tray and maybe some freeze pops out of it and crush it up and just eat it like that, like slushy. So trying to make it like putting a spin on it so it won't be so boring. Because really what I want is some shaved ice from the snowball stand. But by the time you do that, that's what, you know, you might as well do something, figure out something yourself. That's a waste of money. But my stomach is in a knot at the top. And that's grief. I don't know what else to say. And no, that's not a bug on my ceiling. That's a thumbtack from a party I had. Let me see if I can zoom in. Because it's bothering me. Oh, can't zoom in and out. But that's a thumbtack. I don't know. I'm not in the awesomest spirit as I need to be. Or should be. Or could be. But I'm going to count it all joy because you know, things like this are going to happen. Life is going to happen. So, what you do with that? You live it. And she wouldn't have it no other way but than me to live my life. And look at that, my sister sending a message while I'm on the phone with y'all. All I saw was sister. Something about the Lord. And this is her mama that's you know, passed away. And she's still sending out encouraging messages to everybody else, and her mom passed away. So that goes to show you what kind of mom she has. And then I talked to one of my mama's friends, one of my better friends, Miss Angie. Miss Angie sounds just like Mama Betty. Sounds just like her. To the point where when I got off the phone, my baby was looking at me and she was like, I thought you was on the phone with Mama Betty. Like, what is going on? I was like, no, that's Sister Angie. So she have left her mark everywhere. And Sister Angie said that Mama was her mentor as far as being a prayer warrior. And then, let me sit my butt down. I heard Daddy pray when my husband was in the hospital. The way Daddy prayed, he sounded just like Mama. I didn't know what was going on. I was like, ooh, Daddy, like, I never heard him cut up like that. He was praying. It's like the devil can't have my family. Praying with so much strength and power. It sounded just like Mama. And she was sitting there at that time when he was praying. Because she hadn't gone in the hospital yet herself. But to hear him pray, to hear him pray, all I could think of is, ooh, I'd be glad my husband could do that. And that's his daddy, so I mean, you know, it's in him and it can happen. You know, but that's what I want for my husband. I want him to speak over his family and let the devil know you cannot have nobody. And although Mama is gone, trust me, the devil ain't get her. That's one thing I got bet my life on. He did not get her. He did not. I would bet my life, and I don't play about me. I don't play about my life. But I would bet the house, I would bet my life on that one. I know where she going. I know people always say, oh, are they going to heaven? You know, I don't know where they people, but this lady here, you might question where I go, but you ain't got to question where she went. Now, I hope you ain't questioning where I go, but as long as I know, nothing else matters. But that lady right there, sure, she was an angel on this side, so I know about the other side, and she's so much like mama, and that's what my sister was telling me this morning. She's so much like mama, and after my mama died, she prayed for all of us. She checked on all of us. She was mother to all of us. She called herself stepping mom, and she did that, and she did that while my mama was living with me. And she did it with my mama when she was dying. I remember her singing to my mama when my mama was dying. And my mama just did like this because she couldn't, you know, at that point, my mama couldn't vocalize. She couldn't. And she just did her head like that. And she just put her hands up. I'll never forget it. We were sitting in front of a racetrack. And my mama just doing that because she couldn't answer Miss Betty back. But Mama Betty sang for her, prayed for her, prayed with her, prayed for me. So my mama knew she left me in good hands. Now her children are left in good hands. One of her daughters is a doctor. She has her theological degree in, you know, she's a minister, a pastor. She actually performed the services for her brother when he got married. I think Terrence got married in 2022. Yep. So she performed the services for that. That's the last time I got to see Mama, you know, face to face. Because they stay such a distance from us, Tampa, Florida. And we're in Louisiana, Baton Rouge. So, yep. And he was married 47 years. Might be more than that, but as far as I know, or they've been together 47 years or something like that. Because my brother is 44. Nope. Yeah, my brother is 44. So that means Terrence is going on 44 in, I think, November. So they got married when she was pregnant with Terrence on Valentine's Day. So they've been married 44 years. I really think it's more than that. I think I got the numbers wrong. Yep, I really do. I want to say 45 years, but neither here nor there. They've been together a long time. How about that? And so to imagine my daddy without her, that's weird too. That's weird too. So y'all pray for him, pray for us. And I know she's in a better place. Because she's not a lady that she would lie and tell you about a God that wasn't real. She knew. I know. I mean, I'm not trying to prove it to nobody else, but I just know. I know from my own personal walk. And some of them walks have not been easy. This is not an easy one. This is not an easy one. Because if I was hurt like this, she was the last of the people that I would go to with this. So when you feel like you don't have nobody to go to with your hurts and stuff, that's the last of them. That's the last of my mamas. Because when my mama died, she left several. Well, she didn't leave people. Church people took the mantle that my mama would have definitely approved of. So she's the last one my mama would have approved of. So I am officially motherless. All my mamas are gone. And I know so many of them, there's no way all of them lying about going to heaven or wanting to be with Jesus or being with God. There's no way. There's no way. And I won't be seeing them no time soon because I've only lived half of my life. In this moments like this, I'm like, God, if this is life, this is what I used to say, Lord, if this is life, it would take me. But that's not how I feel anymore. I haven't felt that way in a while because I'm not even halfway. Well, I might be halfway, but I don't know. I want to live to be 100 plus. So the plus is important because why just be 100? Why I can't be 112? Why I can't be 117? But I don't want to be 117 miserable or can't walk, can't talk, can't think, can't remember. Like, I don't want to be that. I don't want to be a burnout. I want to still be able to do what I need to do for myself. Still be able to dance, walk up the steps by myself, not need no diaper. That is big on my list. Not need no diaper. Be able to get my shoes from under the bed. See my earring back when it falls on the floor. Drive. That's important to me because that give you freedom. I want to be able to travel. I want to have enough money to do that. I want my husband to do it too. But if he decide not to, because he want to, live the route he want to live, then that's fine too. But anyway, back to my day 22. So that was a challenge just for day 22. Not much of an appetite, just a little, and hungry. Not much of an appetite because nothing, like I said, that I had that I wanted. And my son made me some good broth that I actually brought the buckets with me, with my cup of water, with my juice and my regiment. So I haven't taken my regiment today, but I'm going to go and do that because I was making a cake. Let y'all see my cake. Oh. I just finished making my cake for this little boy who I've been making this cake every year for, as you can see, 9 years. I want to say I probably even made this baby shower cake. So life goes on. And mama wouldn't have it any other way. Yep. So I talked to y'all about day 23 tomorrow. Although today is day 23. Oh, I'm down 22 pounds. Oh, I didn't tell y'all about my doctor's appointment. So yesterday was my doctor's appointment and I was so excited. I was like, doctor, I want you to look at my paperwork, my from the last time I was here. And she was like, okay, what's going on? I said, look at my weight. So she looked at my weight and she said, okay, 207, because that's what her scale said. And she said, and your last time you were here, you were 227. And she's like, good job. And she was like, oh, you were here 3 weeks ago. What did you do? I said, fasting. And she said, good choice. She said, intermittent fasting? I was like, nope. Fasting. I said, not showing anything. And she said, well, congratulations. I was like, well, thank you. So she and I talked, and she was like, I did it before. And she said, but I can only do 3 weeks. So yesterday, man, what today is? The 23rd?
23rd.
Okay, so when I talked to her, I told her I had done 3 weeks. I was on 3 weeks in one day. And so she was like, well, good for you. She said she was only able to do it 3 weeks. But she's leaving August the 29th. And she's actually going to New Orleans to start doing her work there so she could be closer to her kids instead of being, this direction, Baton Rouge direction. And she said if she ever come back, she's coming back to like Gonzales area, which is not too far. But she was a good doctor. Keitha Thompson. So we went over my labs that I had July the 31st, and my labs were not great. They were good, but some of the stuff was concerning. Like my liver enzymes was way off the chart. And then the other thing was my protein levels were high. So when she did when she looked at the liver enzymes, and she was like, yeah, she's like, this should start dropping since you're stopping, since you have stopped drinking. And something else she said, I was like, I don't drink like that. I said, are you saying I have a non-alcoholic fatty liver? She said, well, that's what we're trying to figure out. I was like, because I don't drink like that. I said, because if that was the case, I could just throw the bottle away and then not be all right. I said, but that ain't the case. It was deeper than that. She said, well, sometimes whatever could come from an abundance of red meat. She said, I done seen people have red meat, like a steak or two, before an appointment, and then go get labs, and then their numbers are real high. And she said, and then get them back in 3 weeks, and numbers are back normal. So she said it might be where you consumed a lot of red meat or whatever before your, appointment. I couldn't tell you what I consumed because remember I was in the hospital with my husband. We didn't even get a chance to celebrate our anniversary, like talking about it. Red meat, I doubt it. I doubt if I did a lot of red meat. It wasn't a whole lot of steak, ground meat. I can't see it. I can't see it, so it has to be deeper than that. But drinking, no indeed. I barely drink. I think the last really good drinks I had was, I want to say March. And then I might have a drink or two with my son because he'll bring stuff home from Total Wine and he want me to taste it. But it'd be like that, like something in a shot glass or something, but not no drinking. That ain't my thing. I can have fun and get high off of just life, just myself. Like I don't need no drink to have fun. So nope, that ain't me. So she ordered my labs for the end of September because she's not gonna be there, so the labs are already done. She said I could come in a few days before my appointment at the end of September. And then what else I have to do? Come in for the labs, and then I don't think I scheduled my appointment when I walked out of there, but a lot was on my mind. The end of September. What else? So I could go take my labs before my next visit. Oh, and she did all my refills, which is fine, just to make sure that I'm covered across the board, so I won't have to call hunting nobody down for something that's needed. Plus, when she leaves, there's a lot of workload that's gonna be left on somebody else or shared between whoever's there. And she doesn't know exactly who's gonna take over. So I probably put a post out on Facebook to see if I can find me another primary care avenue if the next person that comes in is not lining up with what I need. But so far so good. Since I've been out here, that facility is where I've been going. My other doctor, she nurse practitioner, she started doing virtual visits. So she's a nurse practitioner from home. She does in-home or virtual, stuff. She was good too. The wine Marsha Brown, very good. So if you're ever looking for somebody, those ladies are definitely ladies to look out for. One thing she did tell me too is that my protein may be high because I want to say, if I'm saying this right, I might be wrong. Whatever the molecules are in your kidneys, or the protein that's in your kidneys, whatever that thing is in your kidneys, it's trying to filter through very, very fine filtration that the kidneys have. And when you're a diabetic, your molecule or blood or whatever that thing is, it becomes bigger. So your body, the kidney is trying to push it through. And it's hard. So you overworking your kidneys, you hurting your kidneys. So I did learn that yesterday as well. Okay, I gotta stop. This is my sister calling me. Y'all know deuces.